welcome back. I'm playing Warhammer 40,000 Chaos Gate, and this is on the Grandmaster and Legendary difficulty. As you can see, this map looks much different from the one we had before. So, as some of you may have noticed that my audio was kind of quiet, that's because I had some family staying with me recently, and so they got a bedroom right outside my office, so I was kind of being quiet into the mic so that way I wasn't bothering them, because I would do a little bit of recording when people were sleeping. And my little cousins were playing on my computer, and they deleted my Grandmaster campaign. Now, in their defense, they were like playing around with this game, and it is kind of confusing when you're starting out. If you have the wrong file, whatever one is kind of selected, and then you do another load, it'll delete that. So I wish when you were doing the new campaign, you had to actually delete a save file, because they were kind of just playing around with it, and they ended up deleting it. So, unfortunate, and because it's Grandmaster, there's only one save file, so it's completely gone. I don't think there's any way to recover it, so instead of starting the whole campaign over, I just kind of started over on my own and then got back to where about where I was on the last campaign. I was able to use the cheat engine to crank the speed up a whole bunch, so I didn't want to save those videos because it's almost dizzying to watch when you're blowing through the missions real quickly. But I figure I should just kind of show what the team is here. Now, the good news is this campaign's going much better than the first one was. I was a little rusty going back into the game, but I'm kind of remembering the mechanics and stuff a little bit better now. As you can see, I have a lot of wounded people, so some things are going easier and others aren't. I probably need more troops here, but we've got our Apothecary, and he's got the Skull Keeper, so he gets additional Servo Skull uses, so that's... I think that's just an amazing skill for him to have, because we definitely like to use our Servo Skulls for the heals, especially once we get the Servo Skull upgrades going on, so that means we'll effectively have 4 or 5 uses, so definitely pretty stoked about that. The Justicar, he's got the Duelist ability, so he's got 10% chance to afflict chance if he has any sort of debuffs or anything on his blade, so it's okay. Purgator has Omniscience Chosen, so assuming this guy gets injured a bunch and gets some augments, this will allow us to get double the effect, so that could be very powerful, assuming we get good ones. Our Interceptor here, he's also got the Duelist trait, and we're kind of built them out the same way that I typically do here. Our Tech Marine has +2 crit damage for their ranged weapon, so not great for how we typically use this guy, but maybe later on will be a little more beneficial. I definitely like using them as a servitor unit here. This one has Duelist as well, so not nearly as good, since we like to build these guys out as our sight cannons so they can be AoE attacks. He's got Cult Bane, so pretty much he gets a 10% crit chance for all melee and range damage against organic units, so that's excellent for him. I did unlock a Vindicare Assassin, and my thought for him is he has his Exodite rifle.
Assassinorum can furnish specialized equipment for the assassins, albeit not without recompense.
And this has the Disrupted Shot. So in the past, when I've wanted to kill Cadix, which is one of the first major bosses in this game, then he has the ability to warp around, and if you have a Disrupted Shot, you can stop him from warping, and then hopefully if you get a good round on him, you can actually kill him on the first turn, and that really makes that first boss battle much easier. Because what I'm worried about is, with it being Grandmaster, you get one shot, or else you could get a whole squad wipe if the Inquisitor gets taken out. So I'd like to take Cadix out as fast as possible, and then it's just kind of body blocking around the Inquisitor to try to keep her alive. So I think that's going to help me, because otherwise I had to use the sight cannon, and I don't really like the sight cannon very much. I'd much rather have my the Purgator to be an AoE attacker here. So, but we're going to level him up a little bit. He'll also get the ability to use Dead Shot, which is a one-shot kill, so if we have some strong opponents coming in there. And then he also has the ability, whenever he gets a kill, it reduces the cooldown, and if you kill somebody with the Exodite pistol, I think it gives you an action point back, so he's got some good abilities. And still working on the Abyssor. He's the main guy, since I haven't done a playthrough leveling him up all the way here, so I'm definitely interested to play around with him. He's definitely a fun unit and can be a total just major damage dealer, but the issue is it's really easy to also overextend him, because you're sitting there using all of your abilities over and over and over again, getting his health down. So I assume that there's probably going to be some better equipment that's going to help his survivability. And then we get back to our main Apothecary here, so I definitely would like to get a second Apothecary. In terms of our ship status here, I've got the 2 plasma reactors here. I've got the 2 augmentation chambers. I still think that's the strongest way to go, so you can get a servitor every 5 days. I would like to get my warp drive up, especially eventually getting the enhanced scalar field, so I no longer have to worry about warp storms damaging my ship or destroying grimoires, or I think it still will teleport you, but there's lots of negative effects that can happen whenever you go into a warp storm, so it's nice to just have that nulled. And then if there's any events that have warp storms too, I think that allows you to bypass them. But I definitely need to get the ship speed up, because I'm having issues crossing the map, and it's not even even at the highest map. And then obviously the gun battery, I'd like to get those up, so when I start fighting the chaos ships and things, I can get into combat there and start getting a bunch of requisition. And I would like to get a barrack so I can get a next tier recruitment rank when I'm hiring guys on. But right now we're working on trying to get the regeneration unit up so I can get my 50% wound recovery, and I want to follow that with the enhanced augmentation center, so I can start healing my guys quicker. When they get critical wounds, they can end up getting the augmetics to try to help them. Now, interestingly, I didn't get it. Usually, whenever you're starting this, there's not infrequently that you're going to end up getting a unit that has the immortality trait for the cost of 2 will points. So if you can just purposely get him killed a bunch, once you get a stronger staff, you can get all those augmetics unlocked on him. I think that would probably be really powerful. I haven't actually done that, because usually when I'm playing, I don't suffer too many critical wounds, but especially on the Grand Master where there's like no save scumming or anything like that, I'm sure it's going to happen. I'm already taking quite a bit of wounds already, and then, you know, luxury is to get the auger room going, so I can start putting down the prognosticators around to start reducing the blight levels, increase time for the mission. So again, I can get to these territories, because right now I can't quite get to where I need to be. And then, you know, obviously the meditation chamber is always nice if you can get it, and then I'll unlock a stasis chamber if I start to get guys that have only one of their resilience back, but hopefully that's not going to be an issue here. Now, one of the things with the map is you can see my bloom levels here. I think what you want to do, and I was kind of being pretty lazy about this on my first playthrough, is I'd like always be over here, which means there'd always be a bunch of stuff over here, and then that's going to put you at risk for getting those Morbus missions, and especially early on, that could be absolutely devastating, especially with these Technophage missions, because I can't freaking do them, or the Sanctified Servitors either, because I need to have my Dreadnought to help me on those, because it's just too high risk with the current status of my units here. And then I thought the other thing I should do on these playthroughs going forward is when I have the events, what I'll do is I'll find a guide that has the different options and what they do, and then I'll just kind of pause the game and I'll pull that up and I'll let you know what each of the options are. Because I vaguely remember what some of them are, but some people were having issues where when they're playing this game, they're not sure what each option entails, because there's definitely some that are better than others. So, and depending on the situation, you may want some benefits more than others. So like I'm getting the Zealous Growth, and I had some research buffs and things like that, but that was just because of the random events. I tried to use the same Grandmaster responses that we had everywhere else, but I'm definitely got a bunch of guys that are weakened here that need to recover for sure. Oh, and I can't remember for my Tech Marine. Yeah, that's right, he has the crit damage. But I don't have any Archaeotech. Yeah, I couldn't remember if I had Archaeotech or not, so I haven't really been able to unlock much from him here. So it's always like, well, where do we want to stay? Because with my slow-ass ship, if you kind of position yourself here or here, if it comes back here, then you're only going to do 1, but if it's like over here or here and then here, you can sometimes get a 2-for-1 mission. So you can be a little more strategic on your placement, or if you notice that the bloom is getting out of control on this side of the map, then maybe you want to move your carry over here, because it tries to space the missions in 3 different directions here around the map, and then it's random on which area it's going to go to. So we'll see how it goes. 12 days for the regeneration, so I think we're just going to end up plopping off here and seeing what happens and where the bloom keeps showing up. It's like part of me wants to come over here and try to get that Archaeotech, but the other part of me just wants to stay stationary and just keep healing. So I'm not sure what the best option is, but we'll go over there and see what happens. And it's like, do I want to advance the game? Do I want to go with some healing? You know, these other things are always good too, but having a guaranteed heal is always nice. But I'd also like to advance the game so I can start getting other seeds other than green. So I kind of feel like I should just do that. Although getting the heal might get me out of a jam on the Cadix mission. But that's going to be 43 days with how slow my research is, so I think I'd rather just advance the game.
Passing through a warp storm has a high chance of causing adverse events for the Edict.
Alright, so now we should really expedite our recovery. So we'll get the Augmetics area unlocked so we can start doing that. And now I can start getting better equipment for our Tech Marine here. Well, I shouldn't say equipment, servitors. So now he has 2 unlocked. Alright, what do we got? So we got a Grimoire, Bloom Spawn. I can't even get there. We've got the option to get 3 requisition there. We've got 2 here. The Grimoire will help with our slow-ass recovery speed. I can... but this one will give me an extra requisition. I'd have to kill 8 enemies with melee. They both have about 2 so they're going to go up to 3. So I don't think that's going to change things much for us. The equipment is not great at either location, but that's because of how low my requisition has been to unload. So I think I'm going to come here just to get the requisition.
I despise waste, Inquisitor. The baleful edict has been operating under your direction for months. And yet this mild infestation of yours persists. I expected concrete results, not more reams of speculative guesswork.
To unravel the workings of chaos is no simple task, Grandmaster. This plague cannot be fought with steel alone.
That may be. Now, to the business at hand. I have only been able to give a cursory scan of your latest account. Commander, I would have a frank assessment on your collective progress in the field.
Alright, so if you select We Are Losing Ground, you'll get 1 requisition. If you do The Edict is too damaged, you'll piss off the tech, what is her name, Lunette, and then she'll give you minus 50% construction speed, and Vikir will then get pissed off and give you minus 50% research speed, but you'll get 10 servitors in exchange. And then if you do The Bloom is no match for us, we'll get 50% XP growth rate. So I think because I want to keep leveling up my guys as much as possible for these major battles coming up, I think I might actually end up doing The Bloom is no match for us, because I think if I can just rapidly level my guys, then hopefully that'll allow me to take out some of these stronger missions while we're waiting. So that's going to be my thought process here. Because I just think the trade-off for the 10 servitors here right now is not worthwhile, because we actually have a decent amount of servitors now. Unfortunately, I'm probably going to be a little bit low, but then I might do the barracks next, so I think I can get away with not using this. And then just the 1 requisition, I don't think I have an odd number of requisition points, so I don't think I need to get rounded up to unlock the next thing, so let's do The Bloom is no match for us.
I concur. We may be limping, but we are Grey Knights. This task will not deter us.
You see, Inquisitor, this is the mettle of Titan's sons. Commander, Ektar, I commend your confidence and will redirect some of your allocation to another Brotherhood in more immediate need. Farewell.
I'm starting to think he hasn't actually read my reports.
Grandmasters are used to giving orders and having them obeyed. If you could try to restrain yourself from debating every last point upon which you differ, you might more readily earn his respect.
I suppose it was optimistic of me to expect that by dealing with the Adeptus Astartes, I could be free of the sort of loathsome bureaucratic pandering necessary in the rest of the Imperium.
The Grey Knights have a saying. We serve the cause of humanity, but expect nothing from it.
I've already readjusted my expectations.
Alright, well, let's go with the war gear and the armor, because I think those are the 2 highest priorities. Now, the guide didn't say that you would lose some requisition, so it's not the end of the world, but... Alright, now we got the Augmetics. We're down to 18 servitors, so nowhere near close enough to do that. So let's get the barracks going, because once I complete the next major research and then fight Cadix, then I'll have access, I'll start getting some free units, and if you don't have enough room in your barracks, then you gotta start leaving people behind. So we'll get these guys set up here. Get him his willpower back. Just gotta win with no critical injuries. Could bring out my Evisaur. I could do the Tech Marine too. Although I'd kinda like to wait to just get higher tier guys with him, and then I can just use him to get a bunch of missions set up. I can have the Evisaur in the front to be able to use the Extractor Skull. And we have our Justicar here. Get him a Medicae Skull, that way he can at least heal once in case I get myself into some shit. Yeah, I think that should work out pretty well. I spent all my requisitions, so I can't hire any new guys. I could just wait a day and have the Vindicare come out with us. But I think I'd rather just work with the Evisaur here and get that all going. But our guys should be definitely recovering a lot faster now.
I recognize this place. Abraxius. A showcase for the worst the Ministorum has on offer. It was not long ago I executed the governor and his entire staff for heresy.
And yet the bloom has found the means to insinuate itself and fester. We must destroy its source below.
Alright, so it looks like kind of the standard bloom spawn objectives here. Nice thing about that is I think whenever it does that kind of spawn point, it's always going to be one of those fat summoner guys surrounded by the eyeballs. I've never seen one of the gnarled trees or the big spewing plant guys over on these locations. That'll sometimes be the case if it spawns in at other places, but when it's these two spots, it seems to always be the summoners. I just kind of advance our guys as much as possible here. Alright, I could maybe go up 1 or 2 squares.
Give me a target.
It's just end turn, I guess. I think I'd rather have everybody armored up as much as possible.
I am here to serve. The Emperor protects.
Shout out to whoever gave me that recommendation to use the Aegis armor before engagements. I can't believe I did. I've beaten this game 3 times now and never thought to do that.
Your fate shall be tested.
I see one.
What do we have here?
Alright, so they're going to spawn guys around the side here. That'll drop the crane there.
Yes, Commander.
If I run him up here, I can then use his AoE to weaken a lot of guys down. Oh, he's down there. I could do that. That'll work. I'll drop 3 guys.
Give me a target.
I could get the Evisaur up. Steal that seed.
Seed.
I can... Why is it not letting me do damage? Am I not... I got my melee selected because it gives me the Eviscerate ability. Maybe it's just not working right? What the hell is this? So... my melee is not working. But my gun does?
Next.
Well, this is gonna probably be a problem. I wonder if his reaction attacks are still gonna work or if they're bugged out too. Kinda made it look like the Evisaur kinda crapped his pants there when the Justicar smacked that guy with the hammer. Well, he deserves to be kind of freaked out if he's gonna be bugged out like that. The problem with this is now I've got all my guys really exposed. It's like I could attack there, but what's the point? Because he's gonna get his armor back. I could just kill this guy. I don't know what to think of this. Maybe the next turn it'll be fine. And it's just that one turn that's an issue.
More of the trade the gods minions.
I see one.
Teleport's disabled, don't really care about that.
Ready.
No! Still bugged out.
Justice.
Oh my god. I hope it's... Sometimes this happens.
Here.
I wonder if I could just quit and reload it if it would work, but
Ready.
I mean, I still got his gun, so I guess it's not the end of the world.
At once. What is your
Then the
will?
problem is I gotta, if it's a permanent bug, then I gotta bring him out on another match to find out that it's not gonna work. Right. So now I've just wasted those guys' attacks, because I'm thinking about this Evisaur. Yeah, it's totally not working. Oh my god. Well, maybe I just run him over here to try to finish those guys off, or do I just have them sit back and do 12 damage shooting into the priest here? I can't believe it's not working. I guess we're just gonna plop down here and start smacking them. Yeah, that was kind of useless because I didn't even break through the armor.
My brothers.
Alright, I'll make them charge after us.
Gods, watch over me.
Yeah, I gotta totally change how I play now that that Evisaur isn't working. Oh man.
For the Emperor.
Well, I got through the armor. He's still hiding in full cover. Alright, that was a crit. That gave me some bonus damage. Of course, you gotta reload. Got him down to 3 stun.
Ready to fire.
Yep, it's just totally bugged out. Well, I guess we can shoot him. Or I could run him down here. Well, I can't get the kill. It's too far to go. It's kind of funny that his gun has an extended magazine and yet he's only got 3 shots. Oh, Jesus. Alright. I forgot that his melee's deactivated. So now this guy is going to get another attack into me.
Die, die, die! It bleeds. It bleeds.
Barely a scratch. Standing ready.
Alright,
My
well,
blade is yours.
let's get the kill here, get some will point back.
Need more rounds. Armed and ready. Aye, sir. Yes, Commander.
Won't end combat until the eyes are dead, so I guess we might as well focus those down.
Moving now.
Alright, well, maybe we'll just run in close and shoot him in the back.
Fire. Empty.
And then just come over here and start meleeing the eyeballs down. Alright, good. Get this so I get the seed and some willpower back. Keep advancing these guys. And want to get the hell out of here before those guys kick down the door and discover me, since my guys are all spread out. Alright, good.
Your orders.
I mean, we'll definitely battle them again when we come across. Pergator's way back there.
At once. Yes, Commander.
Yeah, I could just do that and get him back up to full. I don't have to wait as long. I don't want to kick the door down
Is yours.
in case they come across the top here. Ah, just lost willpower, so I guess that's
Yes,
kind
Commander.
of a moot point here. Well, we know they're hiding in there. We might as well keep advancing now.
As you command.
Unleash me.
What is your will?
Need a target.
I am here to serve.
Get the heal going.
Olympus.
I'm still not quite sure how it works for light to medium wounds, if it's purely the total amount of damage that they take during the mission, or if it has to do with how far of a percentage bar you lose, if it's like greater than 50% of your HP bar.
Knights!
Versus a third, for example. I don't know how it works.
Overwatch.
On to the ready. Ooh.
Alright, I can't quite get there, so if I advance you up...
Need a target.
I gotta shoot here. Yeah, and he only gains health back, I think, when he gets the kill.
Mercy in
At
death.
melee, yep, that is how that works. Alright, let's move you up. I can come here, and then you can blow those up.
Taste to death.
Alright, those guys are down. Start working on the heavy.
Lotus.
Start chopping him down. Good, got that action point back.
Real good. Blessed are our arms.
Ready to kill. Find me more
Alright,
marks.
he's down. Start to advance on the last bloom spawn here.
It will be done. Come on.
Actually, I'm doing quite good on the willpower for these Purgators, but I guess that's because I've been getting so many kills.
Here. As ordered. The Aegis shields us. Unleash me. Defensive items. At your service.
Armor up
The
here.
Emperor protects. Here.
Let's try to advance a little bit. Ugh.
Yes.
Sight.
What do we have here?
Alright, we got some bloom spawn coming in up top too. So maybe we just do that to get some line of sight. Use the extractor skull.
Seed is mine.
Can smack these guys, and then maybe I can get them towards the other guys to allow me to get the most AoE attacks onto here.
Standing ready.
My Purgators.
Yes, Commander.
I could do that.
Firing. Foe wounded. Unleash me.
I should have attacked there but twice. That was a mistake. Because I could have killed a lot more guys had I done that.
Back. Eyes up. See them fall, brothers. What is your will?
Alright, I could get all the way down to here and melee him.
Brothers. I am my laser is yours.
Get him extra willpower. And maybe I can just run around and start meleeing everybody down. Good, you got an action point back.
See them fall, brothers.
Of course, you disabled your melee.
Enemy approaching.
Gather around. I was kind of hoping they're going to gather around that battery so I could just blow it up. Oh, that's a lot of poxwalkers. Well, maybe we should guarantee that this guy gets shot down, and then I can make plans to maybe farm a little experience depending on how it goes.
Fall.
Unleash me!
Alright, if I attack here, and then... Oh. Damn it, I wasn't expecting... Oh wait, here we go. I can use this to get action point back, so now I can reload, and now I can shoot the battery. All that for 5 experience.
Your orders.
Belgrades of Doom spawn have been excised. Surface level bombardment will commence momentarily.
Glory to Zyphos.
Alright, victory. Fortunately, I suffered some injuries, I'm sure, given how crappy I did with that frickin' Evisaur glitching out on me. But I can finally get rapid reload and get the increased area for the size storm. Because that'll definitely help me kill more guys. Let's see, enduring, so I get to use his passive another time. That's pretty nice. I can come over here and try to get some more Archaeotech. Got 1 day in the Vindicaris back up. I can also come towards the middle, so maybe I can try to position myself in a way that'll be smarter. Also gonna have that Cadex get unlocked soon, so that'll come around this area of the map too, because it looks like the Scourge is done in 6 days. So we've now get that barracks done. Get the warp drive going.
We cannot afford to sit on our hands while the bloom spreads unchallenged.
And we got new missions here. So let's see, Seed Carriers, but it's a Technophage mission, so that's definitely pretty scary. So I'm gonna have to think about where I want to go. I'd ideally like to get those servitors, but it's too far. So I think I'm going to call it quits here for the day. I hope you're enjoying these videos. If you are, please give my channel a like and subscribe. Encourage me to post more content for you. Have a great day.